Hello to everyone and welcome back to In My Shed. I should have brought you in a little bit earlier but just didn't think. I'm making some copper washers for the blanks for the top of the boiler for the pressure test tomorrow, trying to get a hydraulic certification. And copper can be a little bit difficult to work. To drill the 3/4 hole in the middle, I've modified the lip of the drill. Just with a small hand stone I took about 3 or 4 thou off the front to give a very small flat gland, and it worked reasonably well. Now we come to the mongrel part of the job, and that is parting off the washers. Copper can be a very resilient material. I would say its machinability is just about as poor as bloody titanium. But using an upside down parting tool from Eccentric Engineering and some real old-fashioned gorilla guts. This particular product is MIG paste, made down in Melbourne many years ago, and the main constituent in it is coconut oil, and I find that to be really good on copper. I use it whenever I'm threading or rethreading, welding MIG torch, goosenecks or items like that, copper and brass. It's quite a good product. So first I'll take the burr off and then we get down to the serious item of parting. Just put the catcher in place. I've already set up the distance and it looks like we're good to go. Copper just doesn't want a machine. Take a little cut and then back out. It's almost like breaking the chip. Keep clearing it. A little bit more compound. It does throw up a bit of a burr, and that can be a beggar to remove on thin parts. And rather than bore the pants off you for another 3 or 4 minutes, I'll bring you back when it's about ready. Back again. Hopefully this will be the moment we win. And there we are. Unparted off copper washer. Clean up the burrs, which I'll show you in a sec. And then we'll anneal them and install them. Back again. Now this part is something I thought about for a while. Holding that to file the guts out of it is a bastard, I can tell you. So I went the other way around. I hold the filing device, bit of engineer's chalk on it, so that must be the right stuff. Taking the burr out of the inside. Isn't all that bad. Approximately round is good enough for this job. And I'll do this 2 or 3 times until it's a neat fit over the bung. Okay, away I go. And this is where they'll go when finished, blanking plugs for the top of the boiler so that we can pump it up to 200 psi. I'll swing you around to the boiler. Those 3 ports on the top are where they'll be put in. Back again, we're now outside of the workrooms. Going to use the barbecue to anneal the washers. A good dull red is usually enough. Although if you can see the colour change racing across the face, that will suffice. And there we are. Don't pick them up too soon or you'll get burnt. Here we are back on the old Corns borer with a little bit of metal munching for the borer itself. This is the extension part of the tool. I'll be putting a 1/2 inch slot, 1/2 inch below that, then there'll be another 1/2 inch of reinforcing, then cut away this section that's not being used. And the top piece will be drilled and tapped for 3/4 UNC grub screws to hold the tool bit or tool holder inside the slot. Well, let's make a little bit of noise. Wind her in a few thou and take a cut. This is not very exciting for you guys, but I think you get the gist of what's happening. It'll take me a few passes to chew off the 1/2 inch thick slab of material, especially taking light cuts like this. I don't like flogging the old borer. It's not really built that rigid for heavy work. Okay, wind it back for another pass, and I'll bring you guys back when we're doing the thin slot in the middle. See you then. I'm now putting the slot in with one of a group of cutters I brought over from America about a year ago. Out of 80 odd cutters, 24 I think were new, about another 30 were reground, and I think I'll only have to throw 3 or 4 out. All Brew Baker or Niagara, fantastic cutters. You can tell they're good because they're bloody quiet when they cut. That's the centre slot for the boring head extension, and that's where a 1/2 inch high-speed steel tool bit will go in for a 12mm indexable insert tool or 1/2 inch brazed carbide tool. Really good piece of gear. I brought 3.26 kilograms of tools. It cost from America $72, so don't think importing their used tooling is taboo. It is a really good way to get quality tools at a decent price. Back again.